Hi folks, I'm Dan Messick for Master Engine Tuner Magazine. Today we're going to show you guys how to change your stock calibration over to an HP Tuner's custom operating system. A lot of you guys are wanting to run superchargers, turbochargers, and you're trying to tune the stock calibration to get it work with that. HP Tuners has a better solution. To give you a quick little idea here why that's necessary, when you click on Engine, you go to Airflow, and of course your VE table, you'll see that the stock system on this, in this case our example is a 2002 Camaro. This runs up to 105 kPa max. So in other words, the stock calibration is only set up to read a 1-bar map sensor. That's going to be a problem if you want to run and boost. The second thing is, in your fuel section here, when you enter the power enrichment area, you'll notice under power enrichment here, your EQ ratio table, it's your wide open throttle table. The equivalence ratio is referenced against engine speed. Now this works great for a stock normally aspirated application, but obviously when we want to push boost, we'd rather have our fueling be boost dependent rather than engine speed dependent. The two aren't necessarily always aligned. So these two shortcomings being of primary consideration, what we want to do is put in a 2-bar custom operating system. Now the guys at HP Tuners couldn't have made this easier for us. You simply go up here to the left part of the screen, you'll see the HP Tuners icon with the OS. Click on that button and it brings up this window. And this window basically presents to you all of the custom operating systems that HP Tuners offers for your vehicle, for your calibration. Now in this case, we want a 2-bar speed density tune because we installed a 2-bar map. Clicking on this button gives you this little window here, tells you the mods are complete. It is literally this simple. You now have a 2-bar map ready to go. It asks you if you want to save the changes. You certainly do. But one thing we always do is we rename our file to make sure that we don't muck up our stock one, or at least the one that we've modified. Once you've done this, HP Tuners closes all the calibrations and you now have to reopen the file that you just saved. Okay, so now we're going to go back, open up our file. And the file that we saved was right here, T1SD. We're going to open up this file. Once we open up this file, we now have a 2-bar speed density calibration. If you go over to your engine section, over to Airflow, open up your main VE table, you'll notice two things. One is that your VE table is now maxed out. The values are at their absolute maximum. In other words, your car won't start right now. It would run way too rich. The second thing is you now at least have a table that reads up to 210 kPa, which is exactly what we want. So to correct this real quick so that you can at least get your car started, the first thing you want to do is go back to your original calibration, and you simply want to copy and paste your original VE table. So now, again, simply copy this original VE table that you had, and once you've copied this, you want to paste this into your new 2-bar speed density VE table. Save this, and once you've got this saved, you'll now see that when you open up your VE table, you now have your original VE table saved up to 105 kPa. Your responsibility now will be to simply tune the rest of this VE table under boosted conditions. Before you start this though, you want to go over here to the fuel section, into power enrichment. You're going to notice that now you also have a boost enrichment table. So this is now a different table. You still have your original power enrichment table, which is your EQ ratio, your equivalence ratio, wide open throttle air fuel ratio versus engine speed. This hasn't changed, but what we do now have is we've got a boost reference table. So now you can enter in the equivalence ratio that you want based on the boost pressure that you have. So in this case, the way this works, you'll see the enable map value here is set at 110 kPa. What this is telling you is that anytime this PCM sees the map sensor rise above 110 kPa, it's going to revert to the boost enrichment table as opposed to the power enrichment, which is engine speed dependent. Now the reason this is important, it's not such a big deal for the supercharged guys, but the guys that are running turbochargers, you guys know that when you go half throttle, some of you may get into boost that way. This is independent of throttle position, so that's why I like this table a lot. Now when you get half throttle, you may not be into power enrichment on the throttle position engine speed side, but you would be on the boost side, so this takes care of it. Now if you notice the equivalence ratio here, they're all set, all these values are set to 1. You want to change this now because as it sits right now with the equivalence ratio being set at 1, you're going to run stoichiometric at wide open throttle, or in this case rather at boost, under boost. You don't want that. So you want to enter your desired equivalence ratio under boost at this point. So go in and fill these values in however you feel you need for your particular motor. Once you've entered these values in, don't forget to save it. Once you've saved that file, then you can run back to your VE table and then continue tuning under boost the exact same way you did before you put the power adder on. Again, as I said, quick, easy, painless. The guys at HP Tuners gave us a great solution for running a forced induction on our engines. So I hope that, like I say, this has helped you out. And at the end of the day, like I said, should make things a lot easier for us to go a heck of a lot quicker. I'm Dan Masick for Master Engine Tuner Magazine. Thanks again for watching.